Hey y'all, welcome back. Today we're checking out, did you know this surprising truth about British teeth? Did you know this surprising truth about British teeth? UK versus USA teeth. All right.
For decades, the stereotype that British people have bad teeth has persisted in popular culture, particularly among American audiences. It's often played for laughs in films, television shows, and casual conversations, reinforcing an outdated and actually inaccurate image of Britain and its teeth. Recently, the controversy surrounding the portrayal of British actress Amy Lou Wood in a Saturday Night Live sketch reignited discussion about how pervasive these stereotypes are. But beyond jokes and jabs, what does the evidence actually say about British dental health compared to Americans? And why does this myth persist in the modern world when information is more accessible than ever and you can just look it up?
I know this isn't true. I saw the Saturday Night Live sketch and I thought it was really funny. I was surprised that the actress was upset by it because she seemed so confident, you know? That can't be the first time anyone has mentioned that her teeth are on average. I actually think her teeth give her a certain kind of beauty and a sexiness because she has the confidence to have those teeth. You know, does that make sense? I think it's sexy. And then I saw a report, or I saw photos of her in the streets on the south side of London crying, and her friend is consoling her, he's hugging her, and I thought, that's kind of weird to have a breakdown in the middle of the street. I guess people do it, but I also know that actors are good actors, and they like to use the press in ways that might be manipulative, like giving the paparazzi a heads up that they're going to be at some restaurant so that the paparazzi come and take a bunch of photos of them, which makes them seem more famous than they actually are. I don't want to accuse her of that. It's just something that crossed my mind as I was seeing these very professionally taken photos of her having a breakdown about the SNL sketch. I don't blame her for crying. I feel sorry for her and I empathize with her because I can only imagine having your physical appearance made fun of on a global scale. It must really mess with your mind, and you must question your own beauty and your own appearance and your self-confidence. I can't imagine how that must feel. I'm surprised that she couldn't laugh at it. I am surprised that she took it so seriously, because I felt like it made her seem more endearing. Like it's... I just think she's great. And I think she's an amazing actor. Anyway, I didn't expect this video to touch on that because it just happened, but yeah, let's see what else.
This video aims to break down the facts, explore the cultural roots of these assumptions, and reflect on why it's time to retire this stereotype. The stereotype of British people having poor dental hygiene can be traced back to the early 20th century. But it was fueled by cultural and economic differences, not necessarily clinical realities. In post-World War II Britain, the country faced significant economic hardship, obviously. Luxuries, which included cosmetic dentistry, were far out of reach for the average citizen. In contrast, the United States experienced a post-war economic boom, and they started rapidly embracing cosmetic improvements, including orthodontics and teeth whitening, as part of a growing consumer culture.
When I was a little kid, I had a gap between my front two teeth, and then I had braces for 6 months in 7th grade, and it pulled my teeth together, and as soon as I got my braces off, I had a girlfriend. Almost immediately. Like 2 weeks later, oh, she likes me now. Okay, I'll have a girlfriend. I'm a coffee drinker, heavy coffee drinker. So sometimes my pearly whites start getting a little yellow. They're a little yellow now. But one time I had my teeth whitened professionally at the dentist, where they sit you in a chair and they put a thing in your mouth. They put goop on your teeth and then they put like light in your mouth to whiten them. Y'all, it was painful. It hurt. And then after that happened, you get just like random momentary little like zings of pain. I don't think it's good for the teeth. I think it eats away at the enamel some and makes your teeth more sensitive. So I think whiter teeth are probably less healthy than yellow teeth. I think. Anyway.
American media, especially Hollywood, soon began portraying bad teeth as a shorthand for British characters or villains. This association was further cemented by popular shows, films, and ads that highlighted bright, perfect American smiles while looking at the British smile as somehow inferior. However, from the very beginning, these portrayals confused two very different issues: oral health, which is the medical condition of your teeth and gums, and cosmetic appearance, which is the straightness and whiteness of your teeth. While cosmetic standards diverged between the US and the UK, there was no medical basis for claiming that British people had worse dental health. In a 2015 study published by the British Medical Journal, researchers compared dental health between the United States and England using two key metrics: the number of missing teeth and self-rated oral health. The results were eye-opening. Americans had an average of 7.31 missing teeth. Obviously, this is an average. Most people weren't missing points of a teeth, but they were missing 7.31 teeth compared to 6.97 for Brits.
Wow, I have all my teeth. Thank God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Missing 7 teeth as the average seems like a lot, doesn't it? I guess people are walking around with fake teeth, and that's fine. They're fooling me. I didn't notice your fake teeth.
They also found that socioeconomic inequalities in dentistry were more pronounced in the United States. In other words, statistically speaking, the average Brit actually had slightly better dental health outcomes than the average American. Sure, American celebrities may have been flashing their pearly white smiles, but take a look at the average person's teeth who didn't have access to such cosmetic resources, and the results were pretty different. Additional studies from UCL corroborated these findings, emphasizing that differences in dental health outcomes are much more strongly linked to socioeconomic factors, such as access to dental care, public health policies, and education.
That's the thing they did to my teeth, and it hurt. Don't do it. And it doesn't last. If you're a coffee drinker like me, it doesn't last.
It wasn't linked to national characteristics. The UK's NHS has long provided free or subsidized dental care for many, ensuring broader access across social classes. US dental care is always privatized and expensive, leading to greater disparities between wealthy and lower income populations. So the idea that British people have worse dental health isn't just wrong, it's actually the reverse of the truth in most cases. Now, the resurfacing of this old stereotype came into sharp focus in April of 2025 when Saturday Night Live aired a parody of the TV show The White Lotus's third season. The sketch mocked British actress Amy Lou Wood by exaggerating her teeth and accent in a pretty crude and cartoonish way.
I think she looks great with those teeth. I think if she didn't have those teeth, she would not be as unique. I think she's very sexy. She's beautiful. Gorgeous. Yeah, on the left there, that's Sarah Sherman, who's very adorable and a great comedic actor, but not doing her justice, is she? Beautiful, gorgeous, and an amazing actor. Y'all, if you've not seen The White Lotus, she's so natural. You're just endeared to her from the first moment. She pulls you in. I love her.
Lou Wood by exaggerating her teeth and accent in a pretty crude and cartoonish way. Wood, who is known for her roles in The White Lotus and previous shows, responded publicly, calling the portrayal mean and unfunny. She pointed out that instead of making fun of her character's traits or the show's plot, the sketch reduced her to a physical British stereotype because her teeth were not as perfect as her American co-stars. They were natural. And one of the key misunderstandings at the heart of this British teeth stereotype is the confusion between dental health and dental aesthetics. In the United States, the pursuit of the perfect smile is closely tied to ideals of success, beauty, and social status. Cosmetic dentistry, which is teeth whitening, veneers, and orthodontics, is a multi-billion-dollar industry, but it doesn't necessarily mean that your teeth are healthy. In Britain, there's traditionally less emphasis on cosmetic perfection. Slightly crooked or naturally colored teeth are more culturally accepted and even seen as part of an individual's unique character, and dental hygiene is still very important. British people generally value healthy teeth, not perfect-looking teeth. Americans, on the other hand, often value perfect-looking teeth, sometimes independent of actual dental health or even caring if the teeth are real.
I'm curious if, in Britain, if that standard has changed at all over time, with social media coming into the equation. It seems like more people are aware of their appearance. So I wonder if cosmetic dental stuff in Britain is on the uptick because of that. I bet it is. I bet it is.
This is again another example reflecting different cultural priorities between the USA and the UK. And also, let's be honest, let's follow the money. A lot of dentistry in the UK is private and is becoming even more privatized with less NHS dentists, but all American dentistry is for profit with no options of subsidies or help.
You know, when I had braces in 7th grade, when I got them taken off, it made me feel amazing. I didn't really care about the gap in between my front two teeth. I think my mom cared more. Or she was more aware that I might be judged poorly because I had the gap between my teeth. Or she's just looking out for my cosmetic whatever, I don't know. She also bought my clothes for me. You know, I guess it's just what moms do. But I remember being surprised at how good I felt about myself when I had my braces taken off and my teeth were straight. It gave me so much more confidence, and it changed me. That was surprising. I remember not expecting that. I think the next time I had that kind of feeling was when I got my driver's license when I was 16, and I had this freedom to go wherever I wanted all of a sudden. It was that kind of life-changing.
There is an even higher incentive in the US for the dental industry to convince you that your teeth need to be straighter and whiter, because they'll make money from it. I'm not suggesting that all dentists are sitting there wringing their hands over the payday they're about to get. There are arguments that many people feel more confident with certain looking teeth or it makes them happier with their appearance, but we can't ignore the follow the money argument either. And again, as a personal anecdote of what I have seen, the Americans have good teeth stereotype is further driven by the fact that Americans who are in the world's eye are typically those in politics and in Hollywood. You're not seeing the teeth of people in America who live in a poor rural community without access to dental care. It looks very different.
That's a good point. Yeah. The people who aren't in public view, who aren't on camera a lot, we don't really see them as much, so they probably don't have the incentive to have cosmetic dentistry done, and so we're not seeing them. I walk the streets of Los Angeles and I see a lot of bad teeth. I see a lot of missing teeth. I already knew this was not a true stereotype.
Now that brings me to the end of this video. Were you surprised by the statistics that the UK
No.
has better dental health than the USA? Leave your comments below and I'll see you next time.
Great. Y'all be sure to go to Girl Gone London and like and subscribe. What a delightful video. I'm tired of politics, y'all. Let's talk about teeth. Amy Lou Wood. She's delightful. Oh, look at her. Y'all. Oh, I just think she's great. Get out of here with your cookies, though. Reject all. Oh. Amy, don't feel bad. You're beautiful. She won a BAFTA for Best Female Comedy Performance. Oh, Sex Education. I didn't see that. I don't have Netflix. Let's check out her IMDb. The White Lotus, Toxic Town, Daddy Issues, Sees Them, Alice and Jack, Sex Education, Lilith and Eve, Living. Is that movie with the old guy? It is. Oh, I gotta see that. I heard it was good. Uncle Vanya. Is that a Chekhov thing? Is that a Chekhov thing? It was. Okay. I love Amy Lou Wood. Oh, let's read her trivia. What's going on? Does she have any trivia? Her unique teeth used to impact her confidence. However, her perception of her appearance has evolved over time. She credits Georgia May Jagger with marking a turning point in how others viewed her when Jagger became the face of Rimmel London. Amy said, Georgia May Jagger became the face of Rimmel London when I was at school, and all of a sudden it went from me being goofy to, oh, you're a bit of a model, aren't you? Yes! Oh! So I want to thank Georgia May Jagger for representing the buck teeth. Wait. Who's Georgia May Jagger? Is she Mick Jagger's wife? Oh. Is she Mick Jagger's daughter? Jerry Hall and Mick Jagger's daughter. She's beautiful. And she has buck teeth too? Yeah. Oh. Gorgeous. Yes, Amy. Yes. She has starred on stage at the National Theatre in London and Steppenwolf in Chicago. Yeah. Those are some highly admired theaters. Was considered for the role of Cassie Howard in Euphoria. The role went to Sydney Sweeney instead. Oh, okay. Sydney Sweeney does a really good job in that role, but I could see Amy doing that too. Sex Education marked her first feature acting debut in 2019. Wow, she's new. She graduated from the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in 2017. She debuted on stage in the UK tour of People Please. Okay, wow. She's very new to this. I'm pretty envious of that because I've been acting for over 10 years, and I heard someone say once that acting is the radical acceptance of humanity. And I really like that definition because it has many facets. It's true in many ways. And one of the ways is accepting your person the way it is and letting your vulnerability show and letting people see your vulnerabilities and your flaws. These teeth, y'all, these teeth. The teeth actually might be her superpower. That might be why she's getting cast. Because she has these teeth that make her look beautiful and she has confidence. Amy, don't let it bother you. You're beautiful. I know you watch this channel all the time. I know you're watching this video. You're beautiful. Don't let it bother you. You're gorgeous. I take back what I said about her manipulating the press. This was great. Well, I'd like to thank my patrons. I'd like to thank my Buy Me a Coffee folks. Thank y'all for watching this with me, and I'll see you next time. Later.